Hey everybody, this is Frank coming at you with game number 2 of this OES League of Legends Finals. This is going to be definitely a heated up match. So far in the entire tournament, 1 win for University of Toronto, 1 win for Mimo, but in this specific series, which is a best of 3, that 1 win for Mimo is going to be in play. Definitely excited to be bringing you this one. A lot of the bands looking the same. I've got Finding Simo alongside Simo, the faster caster. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great now that you're here.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear it. So what do you think so far about these bands? Alistar changing it up a little bit.
I'm liking them. We got the Alistar ban. I mean, it's... Capuzon was ruthless on the Alistar last game. And as I had mentioned previously, I don't think that Mimo's Angels' bot lane is as good as UFT's bot lane, so the fact that they're taking away a comfort pick from Capuzon, it's kind of like a big slap to the face.
Yeah.
And they first picked Sivir. What do you want me to say? They just took out the bot lane in one swipe, in just one huge golf hit.
Yeah. You know, one thing I want to point out is the fact that Thresh has been banned all 3 of the games that they've played together so far. And the reason for that is Biofrost is a genie with Thresh. Like, I don't even understand how he pulls out some of the stuff that he does, but he makes it happen, and clearly you don't want to play against somebody that's that good on a champion like Thresh. So, smart stuff. They peel away the Omega B, or they peel away the Sivir for Omega B's first choice. I really like that, and we still have yet to see, though, what do you think you should do for this mid lane? Like, what do you do for Viper? He's been camped every single time. This time around, maybe the champion choice should be different.
No, I definitely agree. And what is that? Okay, with the 2 picks that just came out, they're not going to be camping Viper. That's not what's on their mind. That's definitely what's not on mind. Because, I mean, if you're going to be camping Viper, you need the synergy from 54 Bomb 99 and XJJ9. You got to have that synergy. But even last game, Alistar spent a few times in the mid lane, but you can't gank with Janna. What the hell? Like, what are you going to do? Like, float your way over and throw some air? No, you can't do that. Azir is open. Banned both games. Maybe something that Viper is thinking about picking up. It's definitely a champion that is, you know, it's got the same style of Viper. It's got the poke heavy style. It's got the disengage style. It's very classic Viper. Azir is a very classic Viper style. But I feel like, I don't know. It depends on the synergy between 54 Bomb 99 and XJJ9. We'll see what Mimo picks out here to see, like, if are they gonna camp Viper or not. I would say that's not what's on their mind right now, or this game at all. But if we take a look at the UFT picks, they picked up the Hecarim again. I don't know. I mean, I guess it has worked out for Omega B in the past, but what if they ban it out in game 3? Let's say we go to a game 3. Are they just gonna ban Hecarim? Like, is that something that you should ban? Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
probably. And you can see Omega B even confident enough. There we go. Gragas locked in with the Maokai. I've seen that quite a bit. But, Omega B even still had Ignite Teleport, so I think he knew he was going to be playing that champion again, even though it was carried over from last game Summoners. I just think it's been working, you know. It worked the first time they met. It's been working every game since. Last game was a little bit tougher because he got lane swapped on. But here we go. This is going to be an interesting choice. So AC, there it is. Ezreal mid. Can't gank those.
Can't gank those. Classic Viper pickup, though. He's got the poke. He's got the disengage. He loves Corki mid. He loves Azir. He loves Cassiopeia. Just all these disengaged champions that poke down. He doesn't really like fight champions a lot, or like assassins. He can play Ahri. I've seen him play a pretty mean Ahri, but I think he just, in terms of higher level play, I mean, when he plays with me, he's obviously playing with scrubs. He generally tends to stick to those poke heavy champions, even in a composition that's all about team fighting. It's just comfortable for him, and I guess That's what he's going to stick to. On the return end, if the Fizz gets locked in, I don't think it'll be as effective as they'd like it to be. I think Fizz has grown more into of a top laner than a mid laner, unfortunately. But we'll see how well 54 Bomb 99 does this game. I hope like he might get spoon fed again like last time, but this time Dank Memer is on Zac, something that we haven't seen him play before. And it's definitely kind of like a weird pick altogether. Of course, Zac has been a little bit in and out of the meta, but what are your thoughts on the Zac pickup?
Yeah, I mean, I actually play a lot of Zac. I think he's a little bit underrated right now. He's a great fit in terms of being that big tanky initiator. We've seen Gragas start getting nerfed. We've seen Sejuani starting to get nerfed. Maokai really doesn't fit in the jungle anymore, so you got to think who's going to fill that role. The meta still exists, like the big tanky frontline bruiser meta still exists, and Zac is just kind of a good fit for it. He gets in there, he does percentage damage, he can really shut down the back line, and if he's in the midst of everybody, he can get himself out of there no problem with his ultimate, just knocks everybody back. And I don't think that's a bad choice at all. And in terms of ganking Fizz, he really does stick to you quite well. No pun intended for his, biological makeup. But he is.
I was made for this. Sorry.
He was.
Yeah, literally.
He was.
One synergy that they have in this composition that is a lot more successful than any other composition we've seen in this tournament thus far, which is pretty ballsy to say, is the fact that Omega B can teleport to Zac's Globlets with home guards ready to go.
Yeah.
And just join the fight and keep Dank Memer alive. That is insane.
Yeah.
Like that, if they pull that off, geez, that's going to be really, really detrimental to the back line, to say the least. A Wild Memo's going to be shaking in his boots, unfortunately, at that point. As far as compositions on paper, who do you are we going to see any picking? Are we going to see any team fighting? Are we going to see any split pushing? What's the deal between these guys?
Well, I mean, they've clearly addressed the concern of having Viper not just get completely erased from being a viable champion in the game. He's going to be on Ezreal. It's going to be a lot of just dancing around in the back lines. In fact, I think there's a lot of potential here. I'm expecting to see big front lines. Zac's going to be backing up Hecarim in the back lines there, going after the Fizz or the Jinx. As long as Fizz doesn't get to the back lines, it's going to be Annie peeling for Sivir and Ezreal, who both have pretty decent getaways. For the other side, I think the team fight, you just need to find a way to get Fizz to the back or break up the fight with the Gragas and make sure to have Fizz just lock down the target that's farthest away from the group.
When Gragas first came into the meta, obviously everybody who knows me knows I'm a big C9 fanboy. When Meteos played Gragas when he had first come into the meta, I saw a utility from Gragas that I didn't see before. They would split up the fight and focus down enemy players. And maybe that's exactly what they're doing here with the Maokai lockdown. That they can like Gragas will break up the fight, but Maokai can guarantee that Fizz will land the fish, and Jinx can pick somebody off with a rocket or whatever the case may be. They have a pretty decent comp, and if it all gets too hairy, Kappa Sun can unleash the whirlwind, the monsoon, and that'll be that. But blue team has a lot more like legitimate CC, whereas purple team has kind of more, more spread CC. So the Gragas and the Janna working together is going to separate the fight, which is like, it's not as reliable as something like an anti-stun or a knock-up from Zac. But we will see how both teams use their kit to, their effect. I don't know. This could be the last game. This could be game 2. We are about to get into game 2 of the Ontario Esports Series 2015 League of Legends Provincial Championships. The prize pool is $2,500. Today is the day for the Ontario League champion to be crowned, or at least 5 kings. There were 5 kings. Sounds like a Lord of the Rings intro. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I think that Viper's gonna. Okay, the last time I saw him on Ezreal, like, he went berserk. They were losing early game and they lost mid game too, and late game he like unlocked like the map. You know, he went to the museum that Ezreal keeps talking about. Like he
and he brought back some really, really good artifacts.
and that was against I think that was that semis, or was that against ES Freebirds? I think it was against Freebirds where he played the Ezreal, maybe. If not, it was probably one of the matches leading up to the semifinals, or it was in the semifinals. But nevertheless, last time I saw him play Ezreal, it clicked. It clicked. He knew how maps worked. Ooh.
Any flash, here we go, big fight.
The knock-up coming out from Zach, the whirlwind, gonna stop them in their tracks. I don't know why Maokai went in for one more slap. He's gonna go for a 3rd slap. The auto attack does like, oh.
Jeez. I need to see this bush. My God. Well, that worked out.
Oh man, only 1 flash burn and then 2 ignites, whereas on the enemy team, heal, flash, flash.
Yeah.
I don't know. That went in favor of UFT. Good stuff. And they got an extra warden at Gromp, so they know that Jinx and Jenna are going to be starting topside. That's why you see Hecarim grouping up with the green monster himself. Good. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. It's a good start. Both teams are kind of like, ooh, what do we do? What do we do after that? Also, I wanted to mention something very interesting is that a lot of mid laners, I've seen Viper do this very often, but some mid laners, maybe not all, they go 2109 as opposed to 2190, and they go for the Biscuit Mastery. What are your thoughts on going for the utility masteries as opposed to the defensive masteries?
If you know that you're going to be getting your damage off regardless, you're pretty okay to go 2109. In fact, in a lot of instances, like when I'm playing Ahri, I'll go 2109. And it gives you the longer buff duration. It gives you the Biscuit, which I think Biscuit's actually an amazing mastery point to spend. And if you can get down the utility tree to it, you definitely should. In fact, I think there's even a top lane or two that I'll play with the Biscuit mastery. It's just such a strong mastery. So regardless, I think that's a good way to go. If you know that you're going to be safe. If you're a more frontline guy like Fizz or even Morgana, because you're trying to get in the mix and you want to stay alive a little bit longer, 9 points in defense, obviously that's going to be helping you out quite a bit.
Absolutely. I think that I've never seen Viper actually not have the Biscuit Mastery. So, ooh, blue buff steal. I'm very interested in the way that this is playing out. It's very one-sided, and I don't mean that in a punny manner, but it's very literally they're sticking to kind of where the safety lies. They're probably going to trade turrets, which is a very common tactic to do both. Oh, but Sivir has started kind of okay, so red side, Mimo's Angels is going to try to push down the turret, whereas Sivir bounced the wave back towards her and is hoping to create a freeze closer towards her turret. Maokai's going to be down there to try to soak up as much XP as he can, but with Annie and Zac in the wings, it's going to be a little bit hard to do that. We will see if Sivir decides to push as Jinx and Janna decide to push, or if Jinx and Janna are just going to try to take the turret and create pressure elsewhere.
Yeah. By the way, I gotta say the exchanging happening in this mid lane is very impressive here. Really good timings on his E's coming out of Viper, and 54 bomb 99. Just getting in there and taking... He did take quite a bit of a beating on the last one, but he's really finding at least some damage to get across, which is not that easy against an Ezreal as any champion, let alone a Fizz. But top lane here, gotta mention, this is gonna be a very quick turret about to go down here. Maybe 1 or 2 more waves. Gragas is there as well, waiting for it. So as soon as this turret goes down, they're going to know that that's all theirs. Zac, however, is going to get spotted out by this wolf spirit. Always feels like you're being like he's such a traitor for spying on you in your own jungle, right? Like I thought we were friends, but that's no good. Hecarim's up there trying to defend. Zac knows he needs to get into the mix, but they're just going to lose this turret regardless. Down it goes.
Yeah, down it goes. I wonder. Oh, I think they. Oh, but the body slam did miss from the Gragas, so it's not gonna. They're not gonna be able to actually kill them. They're just gonna be able to poke them down a little bit. No summoners burned at all. I think Sivir and Annie are just gonna do the same answer. It's just gonna take them a little bit longer. Ooh, but the exchange in the mid lane.
Oof. Yeah, forces out the heal. So good stuff there. You definitely don't want to have to summoner heal while you're ignited because it's reduced, but. Smart stuff there regardless, does get away from that one. And now I think Gragas kind of has a little bit of an opportunity, or he had an opportunity to start hunting down that dragon if he could take some teammates with him. He did get a really decent push off in that top lane. Turret goes down and you've got a really low HP enemy jungler. Leave the Jinx up there to push. Make sure that Zac can't go back all that quickly and then just rush down the dragon. They let that one slide, but I definitely think in the future they got to keep a really close eye on taking advantage of those opportunities.
They also have to keep a close eye on Hecarim. Now that he's developed a freeze in the top lane, they have to think about what is his impact going to be 5 minutes from now, because he's going to soak up a lot of experience, he's going to soak up a lot of CS, and what's Maokai going to do? He's going to fall behind a little bit, right? So you got, like, these are things that you have to think about as a team. Are you sacrificing a mid camp? Like, is that what you're trying to develop here? Because that's what they did last time, right? They switched, then got the turret, and they camped the hell out of Viper. Doesn't seem like that's the answer now, as I mentioned in the pick and ban phase, but they are. Janna is rotating towards that mid lane. She's just getting vision of the jungle. Viper knows what's up though. He's smelling a little something, little windy in the bot side. But I think now that the top lane turret is gone, this is gonna allow, like you said, the kind of like that dragon pressure that they need to pick up. And UFT's just gonna let this slide. They're waiting for Ezreal to get his. Oh, I thought he was gonna go Trinity Force, but he's just gonna go. Is he actually gonna go damage, or is he gonna go ability power? What do you think?
Yeah, I think he's pretty likely. You're talking about Ezreal.
Yeah,
he's pretty likely to go like AD at this point. Even just seeing him pick up the Doran's Blade early on, even though, you know, you've got like cannons will go Doran's Blade really early.
Oh, he laughed. Oh my god.
That's sad.
Viper is back, ladies and gentlemen. He was 89 degrees. Oh, but not anymore.
Oh, the flash. Where's the E? Oh, nice jump in from the Zac. And he E's off to the side. It's going to be first blood for 54 Bomb, which is going to trade off another kill onto him, though. As well, in the background here, Gragas goes down to the Hecarim, so they do converge really nicely onto this. In comes Janna and Jinx from the bottom side, though, which is going to leave a decent opportunity for pushing in the bot. This is a little bit of a crazy rotation happening there, which does equal things out. In fact, for the first time in this game, that gives U of T an advantage, though they are down in a dragon, which is never good.
Oh, AC and a little bit stuck between.
Wow.
Oh.
Just going deep.
That stun from Annie.
The ultimate. Oh, where's her ultimate, though? She doesn't have it. Level 5. Sad stuff. She could get it, though. How close is she to level 6? It's possible. It's possible. One more minion? 2 more minions? Oh.
I doubt she would throw it willy-nilly. This isn't bronze tier like the tier that you're in, Frank.
Oof.
Oh.
Oof.
Ooh.
Really mean. Wow, Ezreal just going off on this Fizz right now. He's not outputting a ton of damage, and you do have the Seeker's Arm Guard, which is helping a lot with that for the Fizz. But regardless, he's landing every Q and every skill shot. I mean, it is a true display of skill, that's for sure. Don't act like you didn't like it.
Oh,
same goes for you at home.
It was just okay.
It was just. All right, that's fine.
Wow, Hecarim and Zac just waiting up for Ezreal. Everyone's always waiting for Viper. When is Omega B gonna get his nutrient sunshine? Whoa.
Jeez. Ezreal is really crushing this lane, actually. Unfortunately, Gragas can't really get in there and get a whole lot done. They did kill him under tower, which didn't really work out too well for them. There's a W coming out of Biofrost. It's not going to be enough. Probably going to go down. No, actually it is. So they get away from that one. Great stun coming out of her to help herself get away. Ekram, meanwhile, duking it out with Maokai up in this top lane here. Smart stuff. Charges him back so that he doesn't get queued into tower range. I love the little nuances of the top lane battle because you're always thinking about every little thing so that you can get those small advantages, especially if it's a wet noodle fight like what's going up in that top lane right now.
And considering Hecarim has started to build his Spectre's Cowl first, last game he had the ability to... He had a freeze in the top lane, but I think this time he opted in for pushing it down and having Maokai come back, so he doesn't just roam to that mid lane and screw over Viper like he did last game. But let's not talk about it. That was last game. Hecarim is now able to duel Maokai a little bit more. I think at the current moment, if there's anybody that we should keep an eye on, it's Gragas. It's going to be up to Gragas to set the pace of the game. And that's not to say that, you know, Viper's not going to set the pace or Biofrost is going to roam mid, but we're looking at Gragas because of how much he had. Whoa, that's ballsy.
Yeah. Oh, Biofrost gets in there too. Wow, nice kill there, and that's the no ignite actually. It just was the damage that slipped through. I always feel like whenever there's a character that goes invulnerable, but that takes the last, like, projectiles with him. Oh, actually, I can't go into that yet. But Omega B gets pounded up on here. A lot of CC coming down. Oh, and gets out of the way of the Gragas ultimate. That looked pretty cool. And will run to the loving arms of Annie, who will help him get away from that one. But yeah, anytime you go... Oh my god, there's so much action all the time. Anytime you go invulnerable, and you take, like, a projectile with you, like Fizz just did, like the last one just, like, slipped through. It reminds me a lot of the scene with Dobby when he dies, when he gets the blade thrown at him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Bellatrix.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, nicely done.
I think after that last game they had a brief meeting. In the 10 minutes that we had a break, they were like, oh, hold on, let's put that on pause. Big fight in the mid lane. Annie's stunning up the Fizz. He's not. The Fish is actually gonna land and gonna take Annie down with her. But the Flame Chompers, this Jinx gonna turn around and poke it down, but no. It's just a 1-for-1 exchange. The ultimate gonna whip right through hit. Jinx, but it's not gonna be enough to take her down. Sorry, you can go on with your Dobby story if you want.
Dobby died. That's... Hopefully I didn't spoil that for anybody.
Anyways, I was gonna say, I feel like after the last game, UFT just had a brief meeting in those 10 minutes, and Viper's just like, bro, like, camp my lane, like, hold my hand. You guys didn't hold my hand last game. I'm sad.
Yeah.
And it's true because he is who we were waiting for in the late game to shine. Right, we were waiting. Oh, he's got a tier. Oh, he's got this. Oh, he's got that. Is it enough? No, it's not enough. And
just put it back.
Put it back. You took all the cookies, but you're not allowed, unfortunately.
Yeah, he didn't do anything with them.
This game, he's 3-1-2, 13 minutes in, and Fizz. Nobody's short enough to hold his hand on the enemy team, so he's grasping for help and he's not getting any. Mid turret already falling. He's opting in for that bot lane, trying to be a solo laner and soak XP on his own, but it's rough. It's a hard knock life for Fizz right now. And as I said earlier, Gragas is who we have to be looking at right now, and it's true because he was the one that held Fizz's hand the most last game. And where is he now? It's kind of like one of those high school those high school yearbooks, and they have like a section where it's like, sometimes they have a section like, oh, where are they now? And Gragas is nowhere to be found.
Wow, you really played that one down. You know, sometimes like graduation books from like Philadelphia, not like all of Philadelphia, but like the west, like more like the northwest side of Philadelphia, like graduation books. Sometimes in the back, but not all the time. They'll have like sometimes this section. That was awful, man. Just really bad. Thank God for downtime. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to make fun of you.
Wow.
Yeah. Dragon, though. Look at all the wards around Dragon. Holy smokes.
You know, maybe not all the wards. Maybe just the north.
No, there's a lot of them. There's definitely a lot. They're definitely looking forward to getting a taste of that. And pink wards for the blue team on both sides of the mid lane. So clearly, they don't want anything going down. They don't even want, like, an Evelyn to just randomly enter the game and he gets ganked. They just want to make sure that Viper does not get ganked at all. So, kudos to them. I think it's working out for him so far.
Absolutely. The thing is, though, Fizz is still kind of in it. He's 2 and 3. He's not that far behind in CS. I don't think 30 CS is that huge, considering Fizz doesn't do well against Ezreal. Like, if you think about it in that way, if you think about an even matchup, then of course Fizz would be losing at this point. But wow, holy moly, that's a lot of damage. Ooh. They know he's there, and they stop him. But is he gonna walk in and smite? Who's got the smite? Gragas has got it, but the ultimate comes out. Here comes Hecarim. Here's the fight.
Yeah, in they go. Omega B leading the charge in this one. Permanent Love gets stunned in the background, and this is a bad spot to be, even for a giant tree like him. Flashed over the wall, though, somehow finds his way out, and XJJ9 is in there. Q's going to miss because of that body slam. Slow goes down. It's not going to be enough. He's being pinched right there. So down he goes, and that's actually only one kill. Surprisingly, Maokai is insanely beefy. He withstood damage for at least a couple seconds there from all 5 members of that team.
And that's very interesting to say, because usually when I see Maokai's build Rod of Ages as opposed to Righteous Glory, I always feel like they're a lot squishier with Righteous Glory for some reason.
Yeah.
But with the Rod of Ages, he's putting in work. And also it might be because he is level 10, one of the highest levels in the game. That solo experience is putting in work for him as well. Whereas last game, he was pretty squishy, but that's because he kept roaming mid, right? And he kept pressuring Viper's Cassiopeia. As far as this game goes, though, what do you think the win conditions are for Mimo's Angels in terms of turning this back into their favor?
Yeah, I think it's going to come down a lot to, again, I'm going to go back to my original statement on this and just say that it's going to come down to making sure that Fizz can get some separation into that team. You've got Gragas for it, you've got Janna for it, really 2 of the top champions for getting that job done. But separate them, make those pocket fights happen. And like you said, with Cloud9, that's why they brought Gragas on board, was to break up that team, and that's the utility they wanted to use. Not necessarily catch somebody, but just separate them so that the fights are more segmented.
Absolutely. As far as the game goes now, Mimo's Angels, I think, are trying to slow it down a little bit, whereas UFT's definitely trying to progress this game. They're giving Fizz enough time to ramp up, so he's off into the side, split pushing, and it's kind of like the reverse of Viper's style. Viper's always the guy that's known to kind of split push or, like, you know, kind of do his own thing. But in this game, it feels like it's the complete opposite, and 54 Bomb 99 is trying to find an opportunity to split push and make it back into this game.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to be as effective as UFT is looking to punish that action by taking as much as they can during this phase. But we'll see if they decide to fight in the next couple of minutes, as Fizz is in the bot lane.
Oof. Viper taking a lot of damage here from the Gragas. Ultimate's going to come out just to push this one in. You got to create as much push threat as possible when you've got control of the enemy jungle right there. Nicely done, though, from Viper, just getting the E off to the side there. He kind of just predicted that he was going to get jumped on. Fizz is pushing bottom lane, which is really strange to have a champion as strong as Fizz making a split push happen. Regardless, they hold on to their tier 2, and they get a tier 2 bottom lane for themselves. Really, really big win there, I gotta say, for Mimos.
I think mainly that was because Ezreal was a little bit low, and he wasn't able to pressure as well as the Fizz pressure was going on in the bot lane. Oh, if he's gonna stick around. Beating time. Here we go.
Wow, and the Q's still online. Big shutdown. Those 4 or 3 kills in a row that he got there, going to the wayside here. 54 bomb, 99. Still, very difficult to kill. Ultimate from Hecarim. That's going to help out a little bit. Down he goes. So, nice little gold transfer there. Still no finished items for Fizz yet. I don't know what he's looking towards building here. Maybe it's a Morello's. Oh, it's Zanya's. There we go. Finished it up.
You can't be that fed and not have an item.
Yeah. He's doing alright. 142 CS, which is actually, that's a really commendable number as well, considering he was up against an Ezreal who just would not miss a Q for the life of him.
Yeah, that's what I had mentioned earlier. But then again, he's also had the split push for a while now, right? You can't really commend him too much.
Yeah.
But he has caught up now, so now I think he'll be joining the fights and he'll be joining the team in their skirmishes.
Yeah.
How effective will he be? I'm not exactly sure. I feel like Zac and Hecarim are enough of a front line, as well as Annie, to keep him at bay.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. You definitely have to do that too. Annie, like I said before, she's going to be the peel master. I don't think Hecarim wants to peel. I don't think Zac necessarily wants to peel either. He can do it, and he can do a pretty good job of it. But I think they're going to be more inclined to try to get to that back line. Maybe force out a defensive Gragas ultimate or a Janna ultimate. Maybe go about it that way. But, I mean, Fizz is being sneaky, man. He's down in the bottom. Quite the trickster indeed. But he's got a long way to go before he gets to that tower. Here we go, though. Big fight.
Ooh, Ezreal's actually going to make it out of there alive. Fizz is rotating towards the mid lane. Will he be there on time? The Annie ultimate does miss. Fizz is going to cut them off. This is the typical pincer move. Annie's going to get Fizz does not have enough range, but he picks up the kill onto Ezreal anyways. Hecarim falling a little bit low. He's going to get jumped on by the Fizz. Is he actually going to get out? Yes, he will. But that's going to be a 1-for-2 exchange. Could be 1-for-3. We'll see. The chase does continue. Zac and Sivir. Oh my god, the cooldown on that is ridiculous. But will he be able to turn it around? Oh, not going to be enough. Sivir and Zac have a little bit of a turning party of their own. But the damage from Maokai and Jinx, the flash coming over to the wall.
Ooh.
Oh, but will the return damage be able to be enough? Zac's going to have to get out of there. He's getting pincered in by 3 low targets.
Ouch.
There it
Teleport?
goes.
No.
Passive. No, he's down for another 50s.
Bummer.
Oh, that was dirty. That was the fade away.
I would have laughed if that would have missed. Oh, nice little pickup. Actually, Annie's now looking to get a piece here as well. Not going to happen, but crazy stuff there. So a little turnaround kill there from the Ezreal ultimate. 5, 3, and 4. Hecarim now teleports up to the top lane, right onto a snap trap.
Snapchat?
The Frank. Follow the Frank on Snapchat. Definitely no snap traps there. But, yeah. I don't know actually why he teleported up there. Maybe red was just like that valuable to him that he needed to pick it up. But, Dragon goes down. It's the first one of the game in favor of University of Toronto. Big Rocket comes in. It's going to spot things out. They recognize that that has gone down now. So, first Dragon of the game, very important to have under your belts. You want that damage increase. If you don't have it, but the enemy has it, it feels pretty rough. Yeah, so just make sure you get at least 1 to start things off.
You sound like you're a professor at League of Legends High School. Like, you know, if the enemy has 1 dragon, make sure you get that 1 dragon, because if you don't, you're going to fail your exam.
Yeah, take notes.
Oh, baby, one more time.
Jeez. And he's got Zanya, so he's probably going to survive. Next up, Playful Trickster on the big screen. There we go. And Zac looking to go deep here. Everybody going ham on this Fizz, and that's a huge mistake. Now everything's burned, and it's going to be a massive turnaround here. Kill for Jinx, who gets excited and is going to continue forward on this one. If Dank Memer dies, he's super low on HP right now. If he dies, it's going to get Jinx excited again. Biofrost goes down, excited one more time. Going to use that speed boost to move forward some more. Oh, there it is. He gets away, but I really doubt that he's going to survive. XJJ9. Oh, homing rockets. Wow. What a turnaround. 9-11 the score. And you know what they say, Jinx rockets don't melt steel beams. So, good
One, yeah.
Nobody? Dead air?
No.
Oh my god. That was an amazing one. That was hilarious.
No.
Okay.
It was no. You hit me up with the that was terrible about 5-10 minutes ago. I'm gonna hit you up with that. Well, that was horrific. And we're gonna be even. We're gonna call it even.
Oh. AC knocked up into outer spacey. And you know what? They're very aggressive here. You might be right. 530 might just be the win condition for U of T because they're going off right now. Look at that. Fizz ult goes out. They're so aggro right now. They just want to get this done and over with.
If they wait to 40 minutes, that will be the end for XJJ9. Will they be able to do without a jungler? They might be, but these combos almost feels like they're playing Street Fighter. But unfortunately, they're not. This is League of Legends Ontario Esports Series Provisional 2015 Championships. Wow.
Almost. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here comes the party, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Eddie's gonna be knocking up everybody, as is Zach. Smite coming out onto Maokai to slow him down. They're gonna continue the chase. He's gonna twisted advance his way over, but looks like we're just gonna take Baron and wait till 5:30.
Take Baron and Turtle. Next level strats. Well, actually, here's the other thing, though. If U of T wins this, what do we do?
I don't know.
We just
that's why they can't.
We call it a tie. That's why they can't.
They can't lose it.
Okay, here we go.
Don't ask these questions.
Oh, huge steal. Well worth it.
Damn, he really has to go at 5:30.
Yeah.
Oh man, he took the Baron. He's not gonna be late for work. He's gonna get a bonus. This is his bonus. This is the bonus he's been waiting for.
Yeah.
But I actually heard that Viper took off work for this too, so it's a battle of the economy.
It's a battle to make their actual paychecks for the day.
Yeah.
Well, thank God we're supporting them by putting up a 25
million.
$25,000 up for grabs here. Or to like 25,000 yen, 250,000 yen. I think that's about equivalent to $2,500, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really?
You know what they say? When life gives you lemons, just do it.
Young Shia LaBeouf in his prime. You can catch Frank in the movie Transformers next year. Not starring as an actual actor, but he's gonna be Shia LaBeouf's stunt double.
Can we talk for a second about how much damage Ezreal's doing? Like, did you see that? That was insane. Even just to those minions, like those Baron buff tanks are no joke, man.
Unfortunately, I have a non-solicitor sign outside my my door, so we can't take a moment to talk about Ezreal's damage.
Gotcha. Okay, that's fair. But yeah, he's dunking fools. Jesus.
Yeah, and like I said before, once I saw him on Ezreal, I don't want to see anyone else on Ezreal. Oh!
Okay, here we go. Big fight coming up. AC trying to spell shield. The Fizz ult. It's not going to work. He flashes over the wall. Gets one auto attack. This is looking really bad for U of T. Double kill for Fizz. Viper trying to go off here, but a Wild Mimo going off a little bit harder right now, and they will take out the Zac Bloblets. Moving forward, it's a 4-for-0 exchange, and I haven't really mentioned this yet, but a Wild Mimo and his team, other than the qualifier for this, to be completely frank with you, which I am pretty much all the time, they are a brand new team to the really high level competitive scene. Yeah, they're super strong and the players have been around for a long time, but in terms of really competing in a full 5 setting, I have not seen much of these guys. I've seen a lot of UAT, a lot of Freebirds, and of course I've seen a lot of the Windsor teams just personally, but yeah, wow, very, very impressive.
TBH, honestly, I have seen a few of these players. It's only just, oh, is he actually going to make it out alive? Nope. The knock-up interrupted his teleport, actually. I didn't know Fizz's ultimate had a knock-up, but I guess it does. But yeah, I've seen 54 Bomb 99. He's more of like a solo
Yeah.
star. I've seen Permanent Love. Actually,
yep.
the first day I joined esports is like Permanent Love was there, and his team had won. There was like a extravaganza, and his team had won there. He was on a team even with Tails and Dragon Raider, so he could have been a part of Freebirds if he really wanted to.
Yeah.
But he, I guess, opted out for his own team. He's a great player.
Oh, the Ezreal ultimate stole the dragon.
I shouldn't speak after this.
Oh my god. But yeah, no, you're dead right. I mean, I've casted these guys before, but never, I think, in a full 5 setting.
But you have. I just told you when you did.
Yeah, I did the one guy, but not this team, not Mimo. The guy's name is on the team.
That's true.
See?
True. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Kappa. Son. That that Ezreal steal just revitalized my entire life. That was I thought the Gragas steal was impressive because he had to go at 530, but Ezreal wants his paycheck too.
Yeah.
This is a battle of the esports dollars. Who's gonna get it? And if it's 5:21, 9 minutes left until XJJ9 has to leave. I think this is more of a countdown of when does XJJ9 have to go as opposed to as who's gonna win and who's gonna lose. But they are pushing down the bot lane. It's classic bot lane push. Oh, is he gonna? He's not gonna be doing a lot of damage.
Oh no, Annie! Banani! Good night. Legendary 54 Bomb 99. Jigs is way in the back though, not getting a ton of damage off. Zach is now being surrounded by 3 characters. Not a good feeling. Permanent Love on the other side. Double kill for Fizz. Going off right now. Definitely has respect for his teammate who has to leave. And the reset for Kapasun getting all that HP back. They're going to be pushing in here. I think you're dead right here, Mr. Simo. This is going to be GG. And a big congratulations for winning. These guys are now holding the title, the OES title. It's been a long run, a lot of qualifiers, and it's all led up to this moment here. And it's going to be Mimo's Angels taking this one down and beating University of Toronto Azure.
I feel like the entire scene is just this love triangle.
Yeah.
It's like UFT can beat Freebirds.
Yeah.
Freebirds, I don't know. I think they actually beat a variation of Mimo's team at ESL to get into the finals.
Yep.
So technically, Freebirds beats Mimos, but Mimos beats UFT.
Yep.
It's the Bermuda Triangle of esports. And Viper scores 666. So today we're gonna end it off on that note.
The Illuminati is real.
The Illuminati is real.